I'm checking to see if I do show up where I'm supposed to, because there have been times where I haven't. And I encourage you to watch to the very end today because I am going to be offering you a very simple, effective tool, a tool I created for myself and use it. And now I'm passing it on to others. And this is the tool that I use to break the cycle of never falling victim to overwhelm again. Happy Wednesday. I'm really glad you're here. Whether you're catching this live or on the replay, thank you for taking time for yourself. This is an investment in yourself. If you're looking to break these cycles that are repetitive, and I know, I know it's easy for you to be in push through mode. Oh, I don't have time for this, right? I've got to get through that another email. I need to prepare for that meeting. So thank yourself for just putting pause on the world and showing up for yourself. And if you don't know me yet, hi, I'm Cindy Shaw, emotional mastery coach. And I work with smart, capable women just like you who still find themselves overwhelmed, overthinking, and riddled with self doubt, even though you've done some inner work, even though you've got some awareness, you're still falling prey to some of these challenges, these habits and patterns. So today, I want to talk about why that keeps happening. And I'll give you at the end one skill that actually changes it. But before we officially get started, let's just take one moment to integrate. So just sit up tall, close your eyes, and take 3 deep breaths. Let go of whatever you've been working on and create a little space between then and now. Take a nice, slow, deep breath in, fill up with fresh energy, and let it out. Let your shoulders drop. And one more deep breath in. Fill up, feel that expansion in your lungs, and make a nice sigh as you let go. Nice. You can flutter your eyes open, or frankly, you can listen to this, just receiving and letting go of, for a few minutes, just letting go of that outside, whatever you can see, right? That one sense that we depend on so heavily that distracts us. You could just close your eyes and let go of that. And just notice what just a few deep breaths can do, how it can make you feel, how it can make an instant shift in your emotions. So I'm curious, when you feel overwhelmed, do you feel it in your brain, your mind, or your body? Just let me know in the comments. Just comment mind or body. Maybe you feel it in both, but do you feel some kind of revved up thinking? The thoughts are just firing off, or do you feel something in your body? Maybe you break out into a sweat. Maybe you have a stomach ache. Maybe you get shaky, tension, fatigue, tightness, whatever it is. Go ahead and type mind or body. I'm really curious to know. So, whether you're joining me as a professional inside of a company, as a coach, or as an entrepreneur, the work is the same because the core issue, the core challenge, they're all the same. There are times that you're just trying to hold it all together. You're pushing through, like I said. In fact, one of my clients literally said to me this week, I saw her in the morning and she said, I'm just pushing through my day. Of course, we're addressing that, right? Because this is what emotional mastery is all about, is looking at the habits you've had and making these important shifts. And one of them is to stop pushing through. But I know you have that tendency. I know there's days when your brain feels fried. You stay anyway. You get that extra email out. You have that call with your boss. You clean up one more thing because the work is piling up. And it feels like if you don't do it now, everything's going to fall apart. Take a breath into that because I know that amps up the pressure inside of you. And here's the weird thing is sometimes we even get praised for that, don't we? Oh, you're so strong. Oh my gosh, you always show up. When no one else does, you take care of it. You're so loyal. This is some of the feedback we're getting from society to cause us to continue to show up that way. That is if we also use that to feel good about ourselves. But I know somewhere deep down inside, you know this is not the way. I know it. And if you're watching this, I know there's a part of you that knows this. It's not a way to be more productive. It's not a way to stay clear. And it's definitely not a way to avoid burnout. But you already know this. Now, when we're in this state, what's actually happening is you are quietly and privately struggling. You might have perfected how you show yourself to the world, but inside there's something bubbling up. You're struggling with emotional overload. You're struggling with decision fatigue. Maybe you're just stuck looking at an email and you just can't find the right response. You're making decisions, but then you're spending so much time overthinking after the fact. And then you're frustrated because you're doing that. Take a moment and notice which one of these lands the most and let me know. Do you have a hard time making decisions? Are you just like stuck? Have you made a decision and you're overthinking? Or do you just feel like everything is too much emotional overload? Whatever it is, let me know in the comments. I'm very, very curious to collect information so that I can help you more. Specific tools for these certain challenges we have. But go ahead and type whatever word in the comment resonates the most. And here's the part I want to name very gently, but very honestly. Emotional overwhelm doesn't just feel comfortable, it impacts real things in your life and your work. And you know this already as well, right? It's impacting your clarity. You have a foggy mind. It's impacting your communication, whether you can't get the words out, whether you're defensive, whether you raise your voice. It's impacting the way you communicate at home and at work. It's impacting your leadership presence because you have a lack of self confidence and that energy is felt by others. It's impacting your follow through. That's why the to do list is so long. And the reason this is such a sticking point for you is because you already know how much overwhelm is costing you. And I know this because I hear it from clients all the time that on top of all of that, then sometimes you beat yourself up about it. So not only do you have all of this other energy going on, but now you're spending time beating yourself up. But here's the thing, it's not that there's anything wrong with you. Maybe close your eyes right now and really take this in. Let my voice today be the steady, quiet voice that's trying to be heard inside of you. There is nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you. You're not the problem. The problem is untrained emotional regulation. We just aren't taught these skills growing up. We're taught math and science and reading and writing and other languages and lab. But somewhere along the line, we forgot the education of the self. So you weren't taught. Most of us were not taught how to regulate our emotions. We weren't taught even the purpose of having a feeling or emotion. It's not your fault. But now that you're becoming aware of it, now you can take the power because emotional mastery isn't about being calm all the time. It's definitely not about depressing or suppressing your feelings. It is about the ability to regulate before you respond, staying grounded under pressure, choosing intentionally instead of reacting. Take a breath into that. Yeah, it's possible. And if it feels impossible, that's okay. It's just that you have spent decades perfecting the habits and the patterns that exist today in your subconscious, those little programs that automatically run. But as a conscious woman, you can now have this awareness. We're talking about it, and a tool that I'll give you very soon. Now you can invoke real and lasting change. Now you can evolve. You can break through that glass ceiling. So maybe taking note of this, your nervous system is either supporting your leadership, your relationships in your life, or it's undermining it. Your nervous system is either supporting your leadership, your communication, your relationships, your whole life, or it's undermining it. So maybe you already know your triggers, especially if you're in a long term relationship, right? Maybe you know some of your patterns, and yet you still react. Last week, I had a client who literally said to me, like, I knew what I was doing in this conversation, but I couldn't help myself because she was trying to get a point across. She wanted somebody else to change. And so she allowed herself to react emotionally. So she knew what she was doing and she made a choice. So that is what we want to be doing, is being more aware and knowing when we are in that habit of reacting, and hopefully more and more often making the choice to do the work so that you stay calm, that you take care of your emotions instead of them emulating out. And something that I've been really thinking about for this past year or so is you can't think your way out of a physiological response. So even though I teach mindset and mindset is very important to help repattern those old beliefs, there is another component that I think is missing from most modalities, and that is the emotional regulation piece and understanding your nervous system and what is trapped in your body, how your body is used to responding. And that is where emotional mastery comes into play. So you don't need this long process. I know you're super busy. You don't need hours of reflection. You don't need more insight, although those are really good. Those are good for deep dives. But I know you're busy and you're looking for something that can really work in the moment. And that is what I've created, a repeatable, a proven repeatable reset. There isn't anything, any framework I've created, anything that I teach that I haven't already used myself. So I know it works. And then I have about 10 to 12 years of coaching experience where I've tried these out on clients and these things work. So this emotional mastery reset that I'm going to offer you today, this is a 5-minute reset. It is super quick in the moment when you're experiencing overwhelm and you need that fast way to reset. This is going to help you change your perspective. It has helped me immensely change my perspective. It's going to help you trust yourself. You know, where you had clarity and you were moving forward, and all of a sudden, boo, the dust clouds come up, and now you're doubting yourself. You're so confused. That's what happens to me. So if that's not how overwhelm is experienced, let me know in the comments how you experience overwhelm. And what I say is I've fallen victim to it so many times, but with this 5-minute reset, I now know how to no longer have overwhelm take me down. This is real. Overwhelm will never take me down. So I will talk more about this in another live, but I've come to realize quite recently that overwhelm, overthinking, self-doubt, whatever that bug is for you, they're never gonna go away. We're not trying to remove them. Every time you expand, expand, expand on the cusp of that expansion, you're going to hit overwhelm wall. You're going to hit the self-doubt, the confusion, because you are about to evolve past what your brain, your mind, your body, and your nervous system has ever known. And there is resistance there. And the resistance is called overwhelm, overthinking, and self-doubt. But they don't have to stop you and take you down. And this is what will work. It worked for me, and I cannot wait to hear how it works for you. So if this is resonating, just let me know, comment reset or I want this in the comments. and I am going to get you this. I have also within this guide created a 5-minute audio to take you through it. So if you want some guidance, if you want a calming voice to take you through that process, that is also included in my emotional mastery reset. I just want you to remember you don't need to fix yourself. There's nothing wrong with you. You just need to learn how to reset new skills. And when you do, everything will become easier. So I want to thank you for being here today, for taking this moment to slow down, to take this in. And if this was interesting to you, next Wednesday at 1 p.m., every Wednesday, I'm live now at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. And next week, I'm going to talk about why emotional mastery is the skill that makes everything else work, your mindset, your habits, your goals. So if this landed today, you'll want to watch that conversation next week. Take good care of yourself, and I'll see you soon.